to fall and then rise again, to get up and get going again, to fight for that precious win against all odds and to keep at it relentlessly. That was the aim for the player, dropped from Team India in the IPL in 2021. And it wasn't just a target he set for himself, but something he went about achieving as well. Today, that very bowler's spin has spun webs around batters across the world, his mystery spin proving indecipherable, bamboozling batters with a flick of his wrists. Before we get into analyzing how a left-arm wrist spinner adds variety to a bowling lineup, it's worth getting into the story of this rare talent who became India's first leg-arm wrist leg spinner. Kuldeep Yadav began his international cricket journey in 2017 in Dharamshala, and it's quite the full circle. That as I write this, his latest exploits at Dharamsala have made him India's first choice spin option. But Kuldeep's career has had its lows too, when he'll be picked according to the situation as an extra option, rather than being trusted as a regular in the playing 11. And one reason for that was the presence of the excellent spin duo of Ashwin and Jadeja in tests, who were irreplaceable in the squad. The duo not only contributed with the ball, but they also made handy contributions with the bat, while Kuldeep's ability with the bat was far lower. Back in 2017, when Kuldeep made his debut under Ajinkya Rahane against a visiting Aussie side, he picked up 4 wickets in his first innings. But after that, in all of 2017, he only played one more test match for the country. That trend continued in the coming years, with 10 wickets in 3 tests in 2018, a fifer in his only test against Australia in 2019. But in ODIs, the Kuldeep Chahal duo, called Kulcha, were a regular fixture leading up to the 2019 World Cup. But poor form struck, as it does with every player, and just like in tests, Kuldeep was also dropped from the ODI side. In 2021, under Virat Kohli's captaincy, Kuldeep played a total of 7 international matches across formats. In the IPL, KKR kept him on the bench for the entire season, as poor form and a nagging knee injury kept him out of the side. Kuldeep's coach Kapil Pandey told me that he was worried that this could be the end of his star pupil's cricket career. But Kapil Pandey stood by Kuldeep's side through this tough period of time and instilled him with renewed belief and drive to take on this latest challenge. He also urged the leggy to leave all thoughts of selection out of his mind, asking him to focus on the process and buckle down on the basics instead. So Kuldeep underwent a surgery, spent his rehab at Bengaluru's National Cricket Academy before returning to Kanpur, where Kapil Pandey and he began shaping up Kuldeep 2.0. Having played for India already, Kuldeep got back to his roots, spending hours in the nets, bowling for long hours. Kapil Pandey told me that Kuldeep worked day and night, skipping a trip home during the lunch break to stay at the ground and work on his skill while grabbing a bite. There were times when his coach had to step in at midnight to push Kuldeep to go home and get some sleep, and to continue the next day. Just as metal takes shape by going through fire, Kuldeep pushed himself through that fire and his burning passion shone through, pushing him back to his ambition of becoming India's #1 spinner. He also sought advice from legendary Aussie spinner Shane Warne and tweaked parts of his game, like straightening his run-up and sending the ball through a little quicker. Before proceeding with his story, I thought it best to listen to a few words shared by one of India's best left-arm spinners, Maninder Singh, on Kuldeep's rejuvenation. He made a shrewd observation that only an expert in the field can make. Manipaji felt that Kuldeep's new action saw him put his body behind his follow-through much better, which added more life to the ball, giving it more speed in the air. And here's where the trouble for the batters began, because left-arm spinners are a rare commodity around the world, and when one comes around with genuine quality in his wrists, the batters are hard-pressed to take them on, even at the highest levels. And that translated for Kuldeep, first in the IPL and then back in the Indian team, as he set about taking over the world once again. In IPL 2022 and 2023, he scalped 31 wickets for Delhi Capitals, and he often settled his old score against KKR, who you'll remember from earlier, made him sit on the bench as a water boy for a whole season. Back in the ODI setup, in those 2 years, he took 61 wickets in 37 innings with an excellent economy of 4.7, even playing a big role in Team India, reached the final of the 2023 World Cup. All of that led to him finally getting back into the test side too, as Captain Rohit Sharma picked him in 4 tests of the 5-match series for the first time in his career, and he rewarded his captain's faith in him with 19 wickets in 6 innings, even contributing some valuable runs with the bat, with scores of 28 and 30. His story reminds me of that of former Indian Prime Minister Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who wrote these beautiful lines of poetry that relate to Kuldeep's journey so perfectly. I will not give up. I will set a new path. I erase what I write on the skull of time. I sing a new song. Today, Kuldeep is one of the few cricketers who play for their national side in all three formats. And long may his peak continue, hopefully proving to be an ace up Rohit Sharma's sleeve in this year's T20 World Cup in June.